Hi legends, in the past days I've been grinding really hard on the live stream for this new ancient gear, which is the best gear that you can find in Diablo Immortal. Right now we only have these helmets, but in the future I think they're actually gonna expand. But a lot of people have been asking me, how can I unlock this feature, where do we craft, where do we drop, and what is the best helmet that I can actually get? So in this video I'm gonna answer all of your doubts. So let's start with the requirements. Well, the requirements are very easy. You just need to unlock first Inferno 7. You need to get the level 900 or above, and once you do that, you're actually gonna unlock a side quest on your sidebar that you actually gonna have to speak with Charty. So if you don't know how to unlock the difficulty 7, it is very easy. You need to go to the demonic portal. You have to kill the last boss on Inferno 6 difficulty. Once you kill this bad boy, the servant shade, well, then you go here into a mini map. Then you're gonna be able to unlock. You go to Inferno 6, you select, and boom, already at Inferno 7. Then the next step, well, it's just gotta grind a bit of XP. If you're still not above 900, well, just try to grind maybe like some airbuns, maybe try to push your battle pass, maybe try to do, you know, the raids, the gauntlets, and all these things are very useful to get like a big boost, or even the challenge rifts. So this actually is gonna help you a lot with your XP. Once you reach to 900, then you're gonna appear here a green quest on your sidebar that's gonna say welcome to Charty in West March, blah blah. Then you come here, you're gonna speak with her and say, oh, soldier, adventure, whatever, we got this new epic gear, and you're like, okay, skip. Then you go here into item crafting, and on it you're gonna see that now you're gonna unlock these new 5 helmets. Very powerful, but have in mind it's only above Inferno 7, Inferno 8, and Inferno 9. We're now gonna start having this gear. So far we can actually only see the Inferno 7 difficulty. Maybe if you actually unlock the Inferno 8, probably gonna be able to see, but these are very high combat rating gear. They're actually gonna give you all the 4 stats, so fortitude, vitality, and willpower, and then they are gonna have fixed sub stats. So this one, it is all about the damage. This one here, it is all about like PvP offensive. This one is primary attacks, and then this one is all about the farming, and this like it's going to be very good for you to actually farm. But I'm gonna tell you exactly which is the best helmet in my opinion. Then the next thing, if you want to grind for them, where do they actually drop? Unfortunately, the drop is called like a limited farm, so you cannot, for example, spam dungeons 24/7 because they actually not gonna drop in the dungeons. They're gonna drop in the raids, so you're gonna have a total of 10 tries when it comes to raids, because you can do 5 on Monday and 5 on Thursday. The same thing which it is with the Vanguard. You're gonna do 5 on Monday, 5 on Thursday. Then there is the gauntlets. You can do it once and maybe you're gonna get lucky. There is also 10 terror rifts that you can do per week. During those terror rifts, you actually have a lot of chances, because every terror rift, if you do the 4 towers, there is a boss. That boss can drop a chest. Inside that chest can actually drop a lot. Then you have obviously the Oblivion Pillars, that if you guys don't know, you guys can actually just pretty much spam all the terror answers that you have. As you see here, I have here a screenshot, I think, from a guy of my guild, that he actually ran 200, and I have to tell you something. After 70 per week, it starts scaling up and getting like really hard. Obviously this guy is a massive whale, so he's managed like to pretty much brute force. So he managed to do 200 and still did not get his ancient helmet. So be aware that these are actually supposed to be as rare as a 5-star or as rare as a legendary rune. So that's like what people are saying. And then obviously you can also do the Slayer bounties. So personally, I actually never really ran the Slayer bounties, but now it's kind of nice, because you can actually start doing these you know, daily gambling in a way. I go here, I have a reason to actually do it. So you're just gonna convert, you use your terror answers, you're actually gonna save you time, and you're actually gonna be able to just every day have 2 more chances of doing and getting this ancient gear. So I'm gonna do one, so you're gonna realize what you have to do. This can be done with a party. Gladly, I'm already strong enough that I can do this you know, solo, but if you're gonna do, and if you're gonna spam the Oblivion Pillars, your terror answers that you have here, if you spam these ones, these Oblivion Pillars are just solo. You can actually not do them as a party, but they work exactly the same way. They're gonna have like multiple waves. So in this case, it's gonna be 4 waves. Sometimes in Oblivion Pillars you can get, you know, 8 waves or 6 waves, and then sometimes you can even get a full pack of goblins. Yeah, you can actually get the full pack of goblins, which is it's kind of pretty cool. If you guys are curious about what is the build that I'm running, I'm gonna put it down below. A lot of barbs have been asking me. I mean, like, Barbarian is probably like the easiest class, in my opinion, to do Oblivion Pillars, just because we do enough damage and we can heal ourselves. If you struggle, you can even put like the Undying Rage. And once you kill like these mobs, well, then there is here the boss. Well, it's actually one of the worst that you can actually get, but most likely it's not gonna be a big deal for me. We already are doing like a very decent amount of damage. Don't forget to heal yourself as well. Try to dodge here a few skills, because, you know, you don't want to take damage unnecessary, but, well, very easy. As long as you can heal yourself, we're gonna have here a chance. So we did not get the helmet, unfortunately, and please, if anyone already dropped one of these gears, can you guys please send me a message? And what I want to see, because I gave this feedback to Blizzard, and I actually asked them, can you make the bean whenever, like, you know it's gonna be an ancient gear, ancient helmet, please don't make the bean as the same color as the other ones. So you have one chance of actually getting it while killing the boss, and then you have this other bounty cache that can also drop. It's gonna be a helmet, no helmet. Oh my god, no helmet, and not even a legendary. Well, this kind of feels bad, man. I still have one more try that I'm gonna do on the live stream. So if you guys want to come and see, continue the grind. So these are all the ways that you can actually go and get it. Besides this, there's no other way. No open world farming and no dungeons, which I hope that in the future it can actually, you know, the more gear we have to grind, I hope they actually manage to give these to the dungeons. But I think the only reason why they do not do it is because maybe, you know, bots or pilots or whatever, they don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, this is bounded gear to your account, so I don't know, I don't see the big deal. Then we have another way to actually get these items, which is by crafting. And by crafting, I mean, it's kind of like a safety net. It's gonna take you like actually many weeks for you to even craft one of them. And that's why I'm also gonna show you what is the best one that I think you should actually get it, because if you can only get one per difficulty, it is actually gonna take a while. So the first thing you can do for you to get like these fragments that are here, the ancient fragments, you can get one per each raid boss. Okay, so if you go into the demonic remains, for example, this week I did 3 bosses of Inferno 7, and I did 2 bosses of Inferno 6. So in total, I actually only got 3 ancient fragments, because I only killed 3 of Inferno 7, and whenever I killed like these 2 of Inferno 6, well, I didn't receive any fragments. So it has to be Inferno 7 or above. Gladly, I was able to confirm this. And then you can also get 2 per day from your codex, from doing the daily quests on your dungeons, and also from doing your daily chests. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, every day if you go to your codex, you're gonna see here on top that you have the daily activity rewards. So these, whenever you're gonna open them, you're gonna see that I'm gonna receive here an ancient fragment, so you get 1 per day. And whenever I'm gonna claim these, I'm gonna get also 1 green set item and 1 ancient artifact. So these are the 2 ways that you can actually get. There's now here a visual bug, this is appearing, but you know, if you go and you refresh, then it's gonna be gone, so don't worry about it, you actually receive them. And once you know, gather like 100 of them, which is gonna take you like almost like 5 weeks, so it's a total of like 24 per week if you really maximize everything that you gain. But at the end, it's gonna be like 4 point something, almost 5 weeks to even just craft one. So with this in mind, it's very important for us to know what is the best helmet. And I will say that for me, as a general rule, I will say that the Horse Splintered Spirit is a PvE for PvP. It is the best overall pick, because what it does, it is actually just gonna boost your damage by a lot, right? So if you only have one that you can actually craft, this one in general feels like the best. So increases your damage by 6% while you're moving, and in this game we are always moving. Then you have 4.5% beneficial effect duration for your buffs, for your legendary gems, for everything, critical hit chance and critical hit damage. I mean, do I need to say anything else? Then we're gonna have this other option, which is gonna be the Unveiled Secrets. For me, this one, it is a total just PvP offensive, because if we see here the stats, well, the damage is increased whenever you're attacking the enemies from behind. Accuracy, then you have damage to your enemies when they are below 30%, and then you have 1.5 damage to players is increased. This one here feels like a bit of a niche, but you know, accuracy is quite important, especially if you're playing something like Tempest or you know, something like Demon Hunter, something that has like primary attacks and you attack very very fast. It's kind of important to have it. The other one, it is gonna be the First Strike. This one, it is all about the primary attacks. So the primary attacks, whenever you attack with it, you actually gonna unleash this the cold, the freezing lady that is gonna do damage to people around you, and also it's going to chill the enemies. Then he actually has 8% chance of exploding on hit. So I'm kind of curious to see if this actually also works in PvP, because imagine just having like AoE on your primary attack. That seems like quite OP. Imagine like all the Tempests like with the water bananas. That will be quite insane. 3% attack speed and primary attack damage. So it's mainly for Tempest and Demon Hunters. Then we have here the other one, the Eager's Trigger. This one, I mean, picking health globes gives you 24% chance of resetting a skill on cooldown. Very powerful, especially just for farming, right? Attack speed, skill cooldown reductions, and skill damage. I mean, here I will probably just take the skill cooldown reduction, but I don't see like actually a benefit for this one, because here it gives skill cooldown reduction, which is nice, but here it will give you like beneficial effect duration. They are not exactly the same. Skill cooldown reduction is slightly more valuable, but in general, I will say that this one for PvE, it will give a better job. This just feels like a farming one. I'll probably not get this one. And last but not the least, we have the Grave Runner. This one seems like a crazy helmet, especially for tanks. Look at this. Evasion rates is going to be increased whenever you have enemies around you. So this can be stacked up to 4 times. Then whenever you evade, you actually have a 5% shield that actually can be also stacked up to 4%. Your damage taken from players, it is reduced by 1.5%, and the loss of control duration, it is reduced by 6%. So if I'm talking about like MVPs, in my opinion, the Ord Splinter overall, if you just want like one fits all, is for me the best pick to go. Then you have this one for the defensive if you want to be a tank. You have this one for primary attack if you're mainly a Tempest or Demon Hunter, or you just use a lot of primary attacks, right? And then like you have this one if you want to be a bit more offensive. But I will say like these ones probably are a bit below on the chain of priority. I feel like these ones on the left are definitely the ones to actually go for it. So I hope these actually, you know, clarify all the doubts that you had around this ancient gear. I'm really excited because finally we have something to actually look forward and chase. I wish we could craft them in an easier way. I will say since there is already craft, but I will say like if you get a 1 per difficulty, you know, the choices matters, and you actually gonna have to have it. Personally, if you ask me in my grind, like my inner grinder, I wish like this was drop only, but not with the limited caps that we have, right? Make it like drop only, but you were actually allowed to go and farm it on dungeons, because I really don't understand. Maybe I'll ask the devs what was the idea behind it. It's like, do you want to make it this gear also kind of pay to win? What do you want to avoid? What are you afraid? At the end of the day, this is just gear, right? And Diablo Immortal games is all about gear chase, and I wish that you know, I could farm the whole week to try to gather and get all of these chests. That will be incredible. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, type chips in the comments, and don't forget, you guys are the legend. Keep carrying this channel. And with this, thank you for watching. Catch you guys in live stream. Peace.